toot, beep, beep. That's my custom car horn. Welcome to How Do We Human? This is the podcast where we talk about all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. I'm one of your hosts, Evan Cox.
Today we're going to be talking about automobile showmanship. We mentioned it last episode, and here it is.
Fulfilling promises, as always.
And prophecies.
Yes.
Before we get into any of that, though, I'd like to pull up my automobile to you, Evan. Roll down the window and say, "How you doing?"
Hey, baby. I'm doing all right. I told you my computer was all busted up. It just stopped booting all the way, which sucks. And I tried a billion different things. Couldn't get it going again. I tried DOS booting it. Not helpful. Everything was in German. I couldn't
Computer
make my way
said
around.
Auf Wiedersehen.
So I ended up having to reinstall Windows 10 on that hard drive, which got rid of all of my programs. Fortunately, it did give me a list of everything it uninstalled, but so that sucked. That has been two straight days of just trying to reinstall everything I need. It's kind of fun, like getting a new phone and not having your apps on it, where it's like, all right, now I'm really like just
what do I need?
Stuff I really need.
Yeah,
and then a week from now, my computer will be just full of malware. But I need this. That's just my little prelude to my story, because my story is not really a story. It's a little update.
Ooh.
Forever ago, I mentioned that, and I always get quiet when I say stuff like this because I don't want anyone to think I'm talking about them. I had a neighbor who always insisted on calling me by my name, the Timothy Chalamet special. Every time I would walk by, I'd be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he'd be like, "Hi, Evan." And I'd be like, I don't remember your name, fuck. And it never came up, but I am happy to say that worked itself out because they moved.
Nice.
And I will never remember your name.
Bye.
I'm sorry, but I consider this a win for Camp Evan.
Yeah, that's good.
Boop, 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 teet, teet.
Boop, boop, teet, teet.
That's my custom car.
Yeah, boob, boob.
Rolling on.
Boob, boob, teet, teet.
Boop,
Here
boop,
comes
teet, teet.
Evan driving down the street.
Chris.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing all right. I have two stories. And it's because one of them is a little tricky to, like, I'm gonna have to walk on eggshells about it. And so the second one will be light and fun.
What did you do?
Well, it's not what I did so much as what happened to me. But I was at work and a customer came up to me and they had trash and I was standing by a garbage can and they were like, "Can I throw this away in here?" I was like, "Yes." And then he throws it away. He turns to me and he went, "You Jewish?" And I went, "What?" And he said, You Jew?" I was like, No. He was like, "You look like Jew." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then there was another coworker with me and he turned to that person and said, "Doesn't he look like a Jew?"
Oh my.
And they were like, I don't know, sir." And then he walked away.
Okay.
The end. What was that?
This is fascinating to me, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, great.
Early on in the podcast, we joked a lot about like, we look a lot alike. The more I stare at your face every time we record, I'm like, we don't actually look alike. We have some similarities.
We have similarities, but I think that most people can tell the difference.
But I've had that happen as well a long time ago. Except, believe it or not, less friendly than that. I was,
Okay.
screamed at. But now my girlfriend lives, not to dox her. My girlfriend lives
Yeah.
near. I'm not exactly entirely sure what it is. It's like a Hebrew school, but it's a very specific thing. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Orthodox Hebrew school sort of thing. Twice now, walking by, I've had a member ask me if I was Jewish, and we've had to look it up, and it's like it's a thing that they'll do. I'm not saying this is what happened to you, but
Right.
like where they'll be out and about and see someone, and if they see someone that gives off a Jewish vibe to them, they will ask, "Are you Jewish?" And if you are, and you're not like practicing, they'll say a little prayer with you to just spread the good Jewish cheer. But I have also recently, multiple times, been mistaken as Jewish.
Yeah,
What
and
is
I
up?
don't know what is up. Uh,
And my
I
girlfriend is half Jewish, and she's like, "I'm half Jewish." And they're like, "We don't care."
yeah,
They
not
wanted me.
interested.
Not interested.
The men are
Half
talking.
Jewish. Half Jewish is on the mother's side, which does not count in Orthodoxy, I'm told.
Oh. Anyway, I don't know if
Anyway,
he was talking about it, like asking me because he was Jewish or because he
just
was anti-Semitic.
yeah.
Or because he was just too curious and lacking social skills.
Yeah, too fast, too
Those are the three
curious.
options, and I don't know which one it was. I do he was Hispanic
Okay.
or Latino. I don't know when to use either of those terms. Um and so I like to say both.
uh,
I don't like to
what?
say Latinx because I always want to pronounce it the funny way, which would be
What's the funny way?
Latinx.
Oh, well,
But I
I
know that's
will.
wrong.
That is incorrect. And now, Hispanic is outdated.
Okay.
So yeah, Latino. That's where we're at now.
Okay.
We all
Great.
learned something
That's
today.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
I believe he was Latino. And I don't. I'm not saying that there can't be Latino people who are Jewish. It just is
Yeah,
considerably less
less common.
statistically likely. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so it feels like that would probably rule out option one. So
yeah.
we'll never know what his true intentions were, which is
No.
why I'd like to lighten the mood with a
Yeah,
segment, a returning segment. Chris and Evan talk about candy.
great.
um, because as I was flying back from North Carolina, and don't worry, there will eventually be some episode where we talk about meeting your partner's extended family, and I know that my girlfriend's family is itching to hear if they've made the podcast.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, they they told me that they listened to an episode, and I
Oh
was like,
no.
no, why did you listen to this thing that I put out publicly that I hope people listen to?
I
What are you doing?
know. Did they say what episode it was?
Yeah, it was the episode. I think my girlfriend's parents passed it along because it was the episode where we talk about me meeting them for the first time. So
Oh,
that was the episode that they listened to. I was
oh,
like, oh,
that's
thank God
funny.
it wasn't talking politics.
Eating
Um,
out.
but at the airport, um, we had a night flight, and
Night
so we
flight.
get to the airport, but all the restaurants in the airport are closed, and I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Oh, what? I didn't. I kind of didn't realize that would happen. That sucks.
Yeah,
What the
but
fuck?
some of the stores were still open. So I went to the
Okay.
TripAdvisor store in the
Ooh.
Charlotte airport, picked up some snacks, and I bought a big old bag of Sour Patch Kids.
All
But
right.
the reason we're talking about this, Evan, is I did not know that this version of Sour Patch Kids existed. I got Sour Patch Kids, big kids, 2 times bigger than normal size.
I will say I've seen
Did you
these
know
in
about this?
stores. I did know
Okay.
about this. I've never had them though.
They're good. I'll show you.
Show
I
me
don't
how
have a
big
regular
these,
size one to compare, but you know what a regular
but I'll
size
see
Sour
your
Patch
hand
Kids.
and
Yeah,
yeah. I know your
this
hand
is
is
how
the
big they
size of a
are
normal
now.
Sour Patch Kids.
I feel like normal they're like up to here,
Yeah.
maybe. But this is bigger. They're still
Yeah.
thin and they taste
So it's
pretty
about
good.
the size of a USB flash drive,
Yeah, yeah. That's what they should call them.
which I've always wanted to eat.
Well, they have the fun ones that are like some of them are like designed like food. Some of them are like
That's
designed
cool.
like guns. Some of them are designed like characters in movies.
USB flash drive showmanship at our next episode.
We got to do like ringtone or cell phone showmanship
Yeah,
first, and then
we
we
got
can
that
do USB flash drive
USB
showmanship.
USB flashiness.
I
I've
like it.
never, actually, I will call this fun, and maybe that's hey, I don't think we're actually going to do an episode about USBs, but who knows?
Who
I did have
knows?
one that like flipped out. That was pretty cool. But no, I've never had anything
I
crazy.
compulsively like to just open and close them. Just
Same,
slide the little thing
same.
open, close it, open.
Which I don't have any of those around anymore. I don't know where all of my flash drives went.
I think I have one over here. Let me
I
see if
will
I
say
can
I
find.
had
Hey, here it
one,
is.
and I just left it at my girlfriend's house, so I'm assuming that's probably what happens to all of them.
You transferring files over there?
Always. No, I had a little movie. I was bringing a movie over. We were going to watch Hunt for the Wilder People because she had never seen it.
Oh,
And we were talking Taika.
talking Taika.
Hey, should we talk automobile showmanship?
Yeah, we should.
Although I will say with the candy, I wonder, I wonder if that for me would fall into the same camp as like the big Reese's, where I'm like, it's a bit much. I kind of prefer it the size it normally is. I don't know.
Interesting. I think I agree with you on the Reese's. I prefer those regular size, but
Yeah,
these Sour Patch Kids are pretty good.
that sounds pretty good. You got any bumper stickers to show off?
No, I do not understand the appeal of bumper stickers. I don't really understand the appeal of window decals.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of understand the appeal of like custom car horns, but I would never use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't, when I was writing my notes, I didn't even think about car horns. That is possibly the most fun you can have with a car. Outside of
Yeah,
going through a car wash, that's always a blast for me.
I love
Uh,
going through the car wash.
hey, that's as showy as I get. Little, little water show.
Yeah, I go in there and I say, "Here come the waterworks," and
Here they
then they
come.
spray my car, and then I cry.
Oh.
Um, how does your car look right now? Because mine looks like absolute garbage.
Pretty similar. I'm now at the point where like I drive to the grocery store and occasionally to my girlfriend's place if she's not coming over here. Other than that, it's pretty rare that I'm driving somewhere where someone will see my car. So now I'm like, if I have the time, if someone's gonna see my car, I'll take it to the car wash down the road. But man, yeah, otherwise my car is filthy. I can't do it.
Yeah, mine
It's too
is
much.
mine's pretty rough. And I mean, I drive on the freeway more now that we've moved into a new apartment and there's a lot
Mm,
more debris that gets kicked up
yeah.
and onto my windshield and stuff. This happened a couple weeks ago. I was gonna keep it as a how you doing, but it's really not that interesting. But I was driving and there was a Gatorade bottle on the road, and the car in the next lane over hit it and knocked it up into the air, and it hit my
Ooh,
windshield, bounced off, and then kept going. Didn't leave a crack or anything because I think it was empty. But
that's exciting.
yeah, that was crazy.
That was like
But
an
I
assist
definitely need to take
soccer
mine to the
goal.
car wash. Yeah. I definitely need to take mine to the car wash. Um, I've been think there's a like coin operated like manual one nearby
Yeah,
this
got one of
place, and I'm
those
thinking
too.
about doing that instead of the drive-through. The drive-through's usually pretty good, but it's not great, you know?
My problem with
But I don't
my
trust just leaving it with like a team of people to clean it, and I don't know why.
you know what?
Probably the same reason we don't like the valet.
I'm yeah, probably. As much as I'm like I don't give a shit what my car looks like. I'm self-conscious about it in that sense. Like I go so yeah, I've got the same right down the road from me a hand car wash. I don't love using it cuz I need cash to use it, cash
Yeah,
and quarters, which is cash. Um and then down the road from that's a gas station that has an auto car wash and a place that will people will do it for you. So I've got all three within like a 3 block radius of my apartment. And every
nice.
time I go to the gas station, the people that are getting their cars hand washed, they're really nice cars. There's like
Yeah.
Ferraris and shit, or even just like Teslas. I'm like, I no, I'm not gonna go with my dirty Corolla. Just be like,
Mhm.
here you guys go, treat her nice, throw the keys. It's me trying to be cool. So I always auto wash at this point. I would wash it myself if I didn't have to pay for it. I don't mind washing cars. And growing up, that was always what you did. It was no big deal. You
Yeah.
got a hose, spray it, rub it down. You're done. It's, too much now. And the problem with the one down the road, it's $5. I need $5 in quarters, which they have a machine, but that also means I need a $5 bill.
Right.
And then, then it gives me tokens, and using all of the tokens, I generally find it cuts me off like 2 or 3 minutes before I'm done, and it
Yes.
makes me so mad. And you can't
Yeah.
then add a quarter; you have to spend $5 more.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I if I had purchased more tokens and put in a token right before it's done, kind of like a washing machine. If you catch it before it's done,
Mm.
it'll add some time onto it. But if it ends, you're shit out of luck, partner. I hate it.
Oh, that's not good.
No,
I
it's
don't think that
bad.
the last time I used like a hand car wash, it's been a long time. It's been several years. But I think that it was not that expensive when I had used it. So maybe due
Hey,
to inflation, it's too much now.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I desperately need to wash mine though, because my windshield is pretty filthy. um, have you ever had any bumper stickers?
I'm glad you asked. I have
Thanks.
a story to tell about my cars and bumper stickers. So I have a memory being a teenager. There's a record store in Olympia, Washington called Rainy Day Records. I don't think it's open anymore. They might have closed. They had just moved to their new location, and it was just the whole place smelled like hemp because it was Olympia in the early 2000s. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
Olympia just kind of smelled like. So hemp, probably someone smoking weed in the back, records, DVDs, and then they also had a little basket full of bumper stickers. And I remember going there with my buddy Robbie and maybe my friend Johnny. We were flipping through them. And this was the time when this was like Wow, that's unique. It was a bumper sticker that said Jon Stewart for president. This was peak Jon Stewart
Ooh.
Daily Show. And we were
Yeah.
all like, I've never seen anything like this before. Like, genuinely, like, blown away by this. Like, that's funny as fuck. I love this. And that's part being a teenager and part like that hasn't been beaten to death now, where it's like, well, Baby Yoda for president. Who gives a shit?
Right, yeah.
So someone bought it. I think Robbie might have bought it just because we're like, we have to have this. And the funny thing is, like,
We have to have it.
I don't think, like, I would watch The Daily Show pretty much like once a week. I don't even know if they watched it or not, but we all agreed this was cool. And one of them just put it on my bumper. And I was like, all right, I agreed this was cool. I don't really want to have, I don't like bumper stickers, but there it is. And there it be. And
Mhm.
having it there invited other people to just put bumper stickers on my car. I didn't lay down a
What?
law. So my teen years, you know what that means. What was I doing in my teen years? I was a
Skateboarding.
skateboarding. So I'd drive me and
My
Robbie.
teen years, I was a
I
skateboarding.
was a skateboarding, and I would drive Robbie and I to any of the skate parks in the area, normally Yager and Olympia, and we'd skate around. And skateboard culture, oh, they love their bumper stickers. Apparently, you go to the skate shop, you go to Zoomies, you see how many bumper stickers you could get at Zoomies. And so people just kept buying, like, showing up to the park with different like skate company logos as stickers and putting it. We're past my bumper at this point. They're just going on the back of my window. And at a certain point, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I don't care. Like, whatever. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not like I have a nice car at the time. It was a Chevy Cavalier, purple. I called it the Mauve Storm. Classic whole car from my teen years, covered in bumper stickers, and I never liked them, but it did make me feel like even just having that one, the Jon Stewart one, felt like, oh, now I'm free to do something. Which I wouldn't guess that would make me feel, because I don't like bumper stickers. But it's almost like I don't have any tattoos. I don't like any tattoos. But if someone snuck up behind me or while I was sleeping, tattooed something on my
Tattooed
arm,
Jon Stewart for
Jon
president.
Stewart for president on my arm, I feel like I would be so much more. I would be way more likely to get a full sleeve of tattoos than I would be to get that removed.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's the kind of addictive quality to my personality, but it was like, all right, I'm in. Here I am. I'm bumper sticker guy.
I guess that makes sense because, like, I think a lot of people who get tattoos, like, nobody gets just one. You
Right.
know,
My
as
mom
soon as you've
did.
had that first one, you're like, another one.
My mom has one
A bunch
tattoo.
of DJ Khaled tattoos, just another one, another one.
Does he have any tattoos? It'd
I don't
be
know, but he
ironic if
says
he just
another
has
one a
one.
lot.
Hey, there you go. That's a good
You get it
joke.
now?
I get it.
It was
I
really
get it.
good.
I
It was
get
really
it.
good.
So if that happened to you, you would just be upset.
Yeah, that's right.
What if okay, so take it to now, or when you were a teenager. What were you into when you were a teenager? Public speaking.
The ladies. What was your?
I don't know, movies, show. Were you just like Batman? Was Batman cool?
No, I mean, I was into. I watched the Colbert Report a lot. I watched
Okay.
the Daily Show a lot.
Well,
Um,
this bumper sticker sounds right up your alley.
yeah, I do remember discussing with one of my friends who was more politically knowledgeable.
Sure.
I was like, but what if what if we did vote for Jon Stewart for
What
president
if?
and Stephen Colbert for vice president? And he was like, it was basically like, I don't really have time to explain to you why that would be bad. And he liked
uh,
Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert,
yeah.
and largely agreed with them politically, but it was just like, that's not the way we want to go. We don't want someone who's been on TV to be in the White
Oh,
House.
can't have that.
And I was like, why would that be bad? And then I learned several
Ah.
years later.
Uh,
Um,
uh,
have you ever uh tried to remove those bumper
oh
stickers?
yeah. So I had to get rid of that
That's
car at some point. It
yeah.
sucked.
Yeah. When my girlfriend got the car she has now, it was handed down from her dad, and
Yeah.
her dad had in the back window two like stickers, and one was like, UCLA dad, and then the other one was like UC San Diego father, or whatever
It's
the
just a
it
fan
was.
of
But it was for
colleges.
each of the daughters' colleges and a dad related sticker.
Mm,
And so
making their
she drove around
education
with it for a
about
little
you,
while.
huh?
Uh-huh. Well, when you're paying for it, why
True.
not?
This is my
um,
education.
this-
And all I
but
got was a stupid bumper sticker.
but eventually my girlfriend was like, I don't want people to think I'm a dad
I
driving
don't want to be a
around.
UCLA dad.
So we had to look up how to remove them,
Yeah.
and man, it was
Oof.
not easy or fun, and there's still kind of like a smudge where it was on
Yeah.
the window, just from the like residue that now collects any extra dust and debris,
Yeah.
to really hone in on that spot.
It'd be just the perfect little
um
shape. In terms of
we had to use a nail polish remover and a razor blade.
yeah, I had to use a razor blade. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Probably Goo Gone or something. But Goo Gone never gets the Goo Gone, you know?
Yeah,
It's an empty
goo
promise.
mostly stay.
Yeah. Goo mostly stay. Not as good a name, not as catchy, but it's honest.
No. Yeah.
uh,
um I do see other people with car decals, whether they're in the window or they're on the bumper, and like there's one guy at work, and I don't know who it is, but somebody's car has um like little anime characters like that look like they're poking out of the back passenger windows.
sure.
Why? Like it makes no sense to me.
They're looking at the person behind them in traffic. Hi.
Well, no, it'd be to the side,
Oh.
not behind them. It's on the sides,
Yeah,
but
that's it's like it is similar to tattoos where it's I want to show what I'm into. I want to show people what I like. I want people to be able to, and it's like I get it. I can't say I respect it, but maybe I do.
yeah.
Like I want people to be able to see my car and get an idea for who I am, even if I'm a
Mm.
douchebag. Not saying that person is. We're gonna get on to personalized nameplates after this.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there was something to having all those skate company bumper stickers on my car that was like, I feel like more of a skater.
Mm-hmm.
People know that about me. Am I good? No. But I drive a car covered in bumper stickers. So I don't know. I think it's the non-tattoo way to just give a little piece of your heart now, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you want to talk about license plates?
I do.
Vanity plates?
Vanity. I mean, just in the name, that says it all, right? You're
This is the thing
vain.
I think as a kid I was like that'd be so cool to have my own custom license plate.
Similar,
And now
yeah.
as an adult I'm like I would never.
And I don't even know what I was thinking. What was I thinking as a kid? But I remember getting, like, my dad got a new truck and we had to pick up his license plate from the DMV for something was up. He needed new plates. It was a stolen car. My dad's in jail. No, that's not true. But being there, seeing like, oh, that's like they got the press thing. Oh, that's where they make plates. And I think there was a custom one there. I was like, huh, oh, I could do something cool. Honest, genuinely, probably Star Wars related, and knowing me, probably Salacious Crumb related. That was my deal. But yeah, glad I didn't do that. And I don't know. I can't. I was trying to think, like, is there something I could have my plate say that I would like?
Mhm.
Something representing something I do like. And I came up with one. Like, this podcast takes off. HDWH EV. How do we human Ev?
Mm.
I would hate that.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
absolutely fucking hate having that license plate. That sounds awful. But it's probably the closest to a vanity plate that I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's me.
Yeah. I would just be so embarrassed for
Hmm.
someone to have to tell somebody that that's what I want my license plate to say,
Yeah. Ooh,
for
that's
them
hard.
to then print it and then send it to me and be like, "What the why does this guy want
And
this?"
so I don't know if this is still how it's sometimes done, but I know a lot of license plate printing used to be done in prisons. It was a gig in the
Yeah.
prison. I don't want some prisoner, some beefed up, tatted up murderer pressing HTWHF. Being like, I don't know what the fuck this stands for, but I hate this guy.
Yeah. This makes me want to stay in prison if this is the kind of guy on the outside.
Is this what the world is now?
This is a license plate that I remember my mom and I were um sitting behind in traffic once.
Mm,
And the license plate was ISITNU.
is it new?
Now, yeah, is it new? Um my mom thought it was I sit in you, but
Oh, well.
I believe it was the Gatorade slogan, "Is it in you?"
Oh,
But this is
wow.
another huge part of why I would never want a vanity plate is the different ways you can try and decipher it. No
Your mom
thanks.
had the funniest
Just
one. It's
one.
just like, this is a car. I sit in you.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
I
even
kind
think
of like
about it
that.
that way.
I sit in you. Is it in you?
Oh,
That
yeah.
probably is right. Is it new is how I would read that, but what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Is it safe?
I don't know. Is it new? It doesn't look new. Is it new? I sit in you. Yeah, no, there's plenty of, and it's always that. It's what's the word? I was just reading a book about these, like your paradigms, your the way you see something, like one of those drawings where you see, oh, it's a young
Oh,
woman, but it's
yeah.
like, oh no, it's an old witch.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just see it, and I see the one thing, and someone else will see something different, and then you immediately know, oh, that's a bad license plate.
Right.
I
Should we do an
I
episode where we take a bunch of those optical quizzes and see which thing we see first?
That sounds riveting.
Yeah, that's good audio content.
Great. Maybe that's our next live podcast.
Yeah.
Live stream. And this is probably what they want. The people with the vanity plates. I'm assuming there's a level of look at me, which maybe that's just
Mm-hmm.
me as a little introvert being jealous. Why are people looking at him? But
Yeah.
I will see something like that. If that license plate was more clear and you were just like, "Oh, that absolutely 100% is the Gatorade slogan." Then you start thinking like, "Well, this must be someone that works for Gatorade. Is this like
Right.
the creator of Gatorade? Is this the president of
Yeah.
Gatorade?" I got to know. And I will look these people up. And sometimes you'll find like someone will post on Reddit, like, "I was sat in traffic behind this car. Who is this?" And someone will know. So I've doxed people based on their license plates before. And I used to live, I think, I can't remember if this was Long Beach or Seattle, but right in that time, I think it was Long Beach. I used to live, that would make more sense for me to think this because it was near Los Angeles. I lived near a car whose license plate was Bazinga.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Okay.
who's you? Are you a big
Who's you? Are you Jim
Big Bang
Parsons?
Theory fan? Are you Jim Parsons? Are you the creator of the Big Bang Theory? I never
Chuck Lorre.
I never was able to find it. Yeah, that's right. It's Chuck Lorre. He probably wouldn't although maybe he has a car for every show he creates. Guy's fucking loaded.
Oh, interesting.
Dude,
Yeah.
how much money must Chuck Lorre have? Jesus Christ.
Too much.
Too much money.
Too much for the
Stop
quality of
making
work that it's
shows.
that it's coming from.
I've heard. What was that? He did. It was a Kaminsky method. I heard that was decent.
The ends are not justifying the means.
Yeah, no, generally not a big fan of his shows, but I'm like, it still
And
kind
also,
of
I've
bugs
heard
me.
he's a bad person.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that. Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here's some big license plate news I have to share.
Okay.
Going back to my buddy Robbie, we were just on the phone the other day. I forget how we got on this topic. This is going to sound like the most random conversation we were having, which honestly we have relatively random conversations, so maybe this is just something we wanted to talk about. But I learned talking to him that I guess I didn't need to learn it. I just discovered this. There's no reason to keep your auto dealership plate covers on. You don't need a license plate cover at all. You don't need to replace it. There's no use for it. It's just there. And we're all literally just driving around with ads for the shitty place we bought our car from and had that terrible fucking experience. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just take mine off. And I did. And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I do think that and I've never bought one. Actually, that's not quite true. And I'll explain
Caught
why.
in a lie.
But as far as, well, it's a half lie.
I'll be the judge of that.
I like license plate covers would be something that I would be, of the things we've discussed, this would be the thing I'd be most likely to do.
A little more tasteful.
Also in this category would be like fun like sunshades to put in the windshield.
They got the one with Han Solo and Chewbacca. It looks like it's the Millennium Falcon. Right. That's a good time.
Yeah, you get the ones with like Lightning McQueen's eyes, so it looks like one of the cars from Cars. Yeah, there are a lot of different fun ones that you
should
could
that be
do.
Our first merch? Each window has our face, just our giant faces.
That's fun. I was going to suggest our first merch be license plate covers, so that people are driving around with those ads.
Fuck it, let's make some bumper stickers.
Let's make exclusively auto themed merchandise.
Just a little inside joke.
But I was as far as I will say, I have bought one vanity plate, but it was like I bought the vanity plate that Saul Goodman has in Breaking Bad, the like the lawyer up license plate. and I had that displayed on my old
Look at the dang.
backdrop.
Sorry, Robbie was calling me right now. My God,
Wild.
wild. That are you?
Uh,
You mean a license plate cover or the?
no, I bought the actual like Albuquerque license plate. Like you can
Whoa.
get like famous uh license plates from movies and TV shows you can buy. You can also buy, I almost bought this one, but I was too self-conscious to display it in my home. But from the Seinfeld episode, where Kramer accidentally gets the proctologist's license plate that says ass man,
Right.
you could buy that one, and I almost did, but I was like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think enough people will get
Yeah,
that.
that's a lot of faith
um
in people remembering an episode of Seinfeld.
yeah.
That's funny.
um
Just
but
like one of
I bought,
like a movie prop
yeah,
website sort
yeah.
of thing. Yeah, I've seen those. That's cool.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's where it came. It might have been on eBay, maybe, but it was. But yeah, something like that. You could
Yeah.
buy different props like that. And then I bought when I went to Disneyland around the 50th anniversary. So that would have been 2005, probably.
Okay.
They had a license plate cover that was like for Disneyland's 50th anniversary, and I had a bunch of the like Disney characters all around it, and then the
Yeah.
like Disneyland 50th anniversary logo. So I bought that, but I definitely wasn't driving in 2005. And I just kind of had it like displayed in my room as like a fun thing with characters on it.
That's fun. I'm with you, and I
So I
don't
have
know.
technically bought one.
That is funny. Caught in another lie. You're a, ooh, this little.
We love to lie. We're little liars.
We love to lie. Um,
Love the way you lie. It was
I
almost that melody.
almost. I couldn't tell you what the melody was. Love a rainy
It
night.
wasn't that. It was not what I did.
I don't know why. Yeah, I agree that a license plate holder is on the level of like if I had a something that made sense, I'd get that. Like, eh, yeah, like I would do like a Mariners or a Seahawks. Probably not a Seahawks. Seahawks fans suck. I'd do a Mariners license plate holder. Am I going to? No, but in the perfect conditions, like I'm in a store here in California, and I'm at like Ross. Ross has all sorts of random shit, and Ross just has
Yeah.
a Seattle Mariners license plate holder, and it's like $6. Of course, I would absolutely buy that and put that on my car. Otherwise, probably not. But yeah, that for
I
some
will
reason
say
feels less cringy.
it looks like we could make custom license plate covers.
Well,
So
let's
something
get
to think
to it.
about.
Let's give them something to
Um,
put on their license plates. How about us? That fit.
The other things that I have in my notes that I've never really purchased or understood, but I feel like we can talk about them. I'm gonna lump them all together. Things that hang from the rear view mirror,
Yeah.
whether this be dream catchers or fuzzy dice or whatever. I'm talking about, this is a little outdated at this point, but the like car antenna toppers.
Yeah.
Um,
God, that's funny.
I'm
to think
talking
that is
about
outdated now.
truck nuts,
Gotta talk truck
and I'm
nuts.
talking about when people put like stuffed animals on, like, it's usually on trucks or trailers,
Yeah.
but they like tie little stuffed
Right.
animals to their truck
Like
or
that
trailer.
one on the fucking Super Bowl commercial. The little girl drops and it goes in the mud and she drives away and loses it forever. And it's really fucking sad. And then some trucker
Yeah.
puts it on the front of his truck. And I'm supposed to be happy about that? I never got over it.
Don't like that. The end of Toy Story 3 tells me that that's That's a bad life.
It's not the life for me. Um,
No.
that is the last note I have here was going to be talking about Elma because Elma is the land of truck nuts, Calvin pissing, and mud flaps with naked ladies on them.
Oh yeah, the mud flaps and the Calvin pissing. Yeah, we do need to talk
I don't
about
know why
those.
Calvin's pissing. There's nothing about that
No, me
sticker
neither.
that resembles Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. It's just like someone that never read a single Calvin and Hobbes comic. It was just like, I think he's a little shit. Piss on
Yeah,
private property. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, not really.
yeah. I mean, I can understand why truckers would have the mud flaps
No, they're so
with the
hot.
naked lady silhouette on them. Yeah. I also have seen we talk about how a lot of like Looney Tunes merchandise you can either have like Tweety Bird or you can have Taz.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of mud flaps that have Yosemite Sam on
Sure,
them.
yes, definitely. That's a big one.
I don't
Yeah.
understand the world of Looney Tunes
It's
merchandise.
so
We're
weird.
like Yosemite Sam, exclusively mud flaps. Shirts, exclusively Taz or
Or
Tweety
Tweety.
Bird, dressed in like tank tops with
So
backwards hats.
weird.
And, like,
Like, I want,
those
like,
aren't even your most popular
it
characters.
would. It's like,
This makes no sense.
this wouldn't work in my mind. My producer mind says this wouldn't work because we would be coming at it from that angle. But I feel like we could track down the elderly person who is responsible for Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes merchandising, and all of those wild fucking choices. Because I got to meet this person. Because it all
I
happened around the
gotta know
same
what's
fucking
going on.
time. It was like late 90s,
Yeah.
early 2000s. All this shit started
Yeah.
popping off. Who are you? Why did you do this? And it
Why
worked.
did you do
That's the
this?
worst part. It worked.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
It-
A lot of people still use them. It's fucking
Yeah.
weird. I don't know. Looney Tunes. But the flip side of I will not pass on any of this information because I forgot it all. But there's a very good episode of the podcast The Dollop about the history of truck nuts. Worth a listen. It's a very interesting history of how truck nuts came to be. The exact other side of that, which I wanted to talk about, not to get off of this, I consider this all kind of in the same category. That more the rural side of it. The other side is just like car body modifications and rims, spoilers, stuff like that. That is also stuff I would probably never get done to my car, but stuff I do understand because a car is fucking expensive. Yeah. I think it's the same as like having a house and being like, I want my house to fucking look nice. So I bought all this pretty shit. If you're a car person, you want your car to look nice. Hey, these are ways to do things like that. Just probably not something I'm gonna do. Although it would be kind of fun to get a spoiler and some wild rims on a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam mud flaps.
How about any one of these things? You have to get one done. We're saying spoilers, rims, truck nuts, mud flaps, Calvin pissing sticker. I don't know what else can we physically do to our cars. What would you lean towards?
Well, I know so little about cars.
Yeah,
that I'm not even really 100% sure what a spoiler is.
Spoilers are and hey, it's possible I'm wrong. As I know it, spoilers are the little like on top of the trunk area, the flat thing. It's up.
Okay,
it's I'd
probably get one of those.
Okay.
I'd get one of those, and then I would get a sticker across it that says "Spoiler Alert."
That's pretty good. Let me.
I although it would be funny to have truck nuts on my Hyundai accent.
That's it. That is kind of fun. Yeah, yeah. It's like this. The combination just throws out a stereotype. Every different combination, and
Yeah.
I think like a car like yours or mine with Calvin pissing on it probably means you're like addicted to meth. that's that's my experience. A truck with Calvin pissing. Well, I mean, if it's a truck with just Calvin pissing, you don't have truck nuts or mud flaps. Like you're not trying hard enough. But you got to have the whole fucking package. If you're gonna go in, you got to go all in.
The last thing that I have, you mentioned that that you had the Mauve
Of
Storm.
course.
Have you named every car you've had?
Nah. No, my
It
first.
seemed like it was a cool thing to do in high school, and then like never
Well, and I
again.
will say I did not name that car. That I believe was Dustin Chadwick, a buddy of mine, who named it for me. Yeah, I don't know. It stuck. I liked it. So I guess if someone named my car now and I liked it, I don't think I'd call it that, but I would accept it. It's
Okay,
just not a
yeah.
lot of fun
I never
names you can
like,
call a gray Toyota Corolla.
yeah. Adam
Milk toast.
Corolla. Um, I I might have told this in a previous episode,
Ugh.
but in high school I had a green Honda Civic,
Okay.
and a lot of people, a lot of my classmates, especially girls, were like, "Oh, what's your car's name?
Mm.
Like, you gotta name your car." Um, and so eventually, I decided that my car's name was Luigi,
That makes
and because it was
sense.
green,
Yeah.
and also because when I got a flat tire, I was like, not to throw it back to Pixar's cars, but the one that owns the tire shop
Uh,
is Luigi. I was like, wow, this works on so many levels.
I thought you were gonna say
I'm the
when you.
smartest person to ever name a car.
I thought you were gonna say when you got a flat tire, you went, "Oh no!" Wow, 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 wow,
Mamma
wow,
mia. Did um and then when people started to ask again, like, what's your car's name, I was like, Luigi. And then this kid Mike was like, why would you name it a guy's name? Cars are women, you want to get into a woman. It's like, what the fuck, I can't
I
win.
I sit in you. Yeah, that I
But
always found
now
that
I
weird.
don't understand that.
And
Yeah.
that is kind of where I relate to the, not that any of my shit's nice, I'm cheap, but like where I relate to people that want their cars looking really really nice. That's like guitars for me, where it's like, yeah, they're cheap, relatively inexpensive guitars I have, but I care about the way they look. And that
You
was
guarantee it.
always a thing. That was always a thing with guitars too, like, because there's all the history, BB King and Lucille, and I forget, Eric Clapton's had a name. I don't know, but you
Layla.
gotta name your guitar, and it's gotta be a pretty lady name. I'm like, I don't think it does. I think it's fine. We just got a message to the How Do We Human Instagram from Stephen Wright. I'm gonna check that it's not the comedian.
Yeah, let's
Because if it
let's
is
make
the
sure we check
comedian,
that.
I'd be thrilled. Says, "Hey, what? Hey, this is how you like. Is this a real person? Is this spam?" It says, "Hey, how?"
Mhm.
Because our first name is How.
Sounds legit so far.
I want to reach out and ask if you'd be interested in becoming an at EPN Supplements sponsored athlete. Your account looks great.
Oh, that sounds like us.
Your account looks great, and we noticed you might take supplements. We pay our athletes a weekly salary.
Interesting.
Down. Promote them on our
Hey,
page
all
of over
right.
130,000. Send them free supplements plus tons more. We can only manage so many athletes at once, so I wanted to reach out before we stop accepting more. Wow, I want to respond to this so bad. Also, the fact that
I know.
this is from Stephen Wright, username Kimberly Thomas. This is great. You blocked.
Yeah, I
You're
wonder.
blocked, but I love you. That was incredible. Wow. What a trip.
Man, I wonder how they would have thought that. I mean, the only one I can think of for sure is like I guess we do have some where we photoshopped ourselves onto like
I was
bodybuilders.
going to say the toxic
Um,
masculinity one.
the toxic masculinity one, and then there's another one, and it must be one of the gym episodes.
Maybe.
But
That's fun.
but
That's
yeah,
very silly.
that's yeah, or maybe it's just that we're photoshopped regularly onto like regular human men
In
bodies
shape-
instead of our
in
like
shape
rail
people.
thin frames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess I signed us up. I guess we're gonna get some free supplements and a weekly salary.
What would stop us from getting a weekly salary and just sending them photoshopped photos of us still and be like, you saw that, like, we still look pretty good from what you saw on our Instagram.
It's like, I'm not the type of person to play the game. I've like maybe once like responded to like a spammy text or something like that, but then quickly cut it off. I'm not one to play the full game of like talking back and forth with them. But I am always curious. Like
Yeah.
I am just curious. Where's the scam part of it? Like if I respond once, is it then like great? Send us your bank account information. I just want to
Right.
know like what level are we talking here? Because hey, if you're real and you just have two names and you're bad at writing messages, I'm in.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. We got to talk to the kids. Are young people still? Is that a thing? Like, oh, you got to name your car. You got to name your guitar. Like, was that something people do when they're young, or was that just of the time?
Yeah.
And now nobody does it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Thank you.
We'll have to drive around by some high schools and ask some children.
Yeah, we'll have to drive
I guess
around.
it's the summer, so it'll be tough.
We'll drive around pretty slow.
Yeah.
Wait for them to
If
get
you answer
back.
the question, we'll give you candy. I've got big
got
kids
big
Sour
Sour
Patch
Patch
Kids.
You ever seen one of these? You can't get these anywhere.
Hey, come over here. I got a big Sour Patch Kid for you.
Come over here.
Come over here.
Oh man. Well, did we
What
do
have we
it?
learned?
I learned, even though I wrote it in my notes, I think I learned that I'm more understanding of bumper stickers than I thought I was. Granted, a lot of bumper stickers are fucking stupid. But if you're just, like, not to get political, but political bumper stickers, even shit I agree with, I'm like, I don't care. What are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing? Get out of town. Jon Stewart for president.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, no. But yeah, other than that.
We were driving behind one in North Carolina that said, "Don't blame me. I voted for Trump."
Yeah.
And then that same car had another bumper sticker that was like, if 10% is good enough for Jesus, it should be good enough for Uncle Sam.
Huh?
That's what I said. I don't know what that means. I think it's tax related, but I don't
10% for
understand it
Jesus.
still.
What is 10? I don't know, my bad. Former churchgoer. 10% Jesus. Oh,
10%
I
Jesus,
typed that in.
20% pain.
It said if 10% is good enough for Jesus. Okay, it takes me to I think a comedian named Ray Stevens. I don't know what the fuck he is. It seems to be a song.
Okay.
I got the lyrics here. Should we assume the melody and
Yep.
Now I'd just like to say a few words about taxes. I'm
Is this how the song
done. That is
starts, or
apparently how
are
the
we
song
midway through?
starts.
Okay, got it.
I pay another man to do my taxes on account, and that's just one more deduction I can take. I don't like this song. Did you know the mailman brought my W-2 this morning? Yeah, and they're taking a third of all I make. Oof. I'm good. Oh boy. Classic. Well, we learned about Ray
Classic.
Stevens.
We did.
If I wanted to, I could download it and we could listen to it right now, but that feels painful.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm not going to.
You know what? I'm gonna try and bring it up. I learned that what's the song title again?
If 10% is good enough for Jesus. I never did get to that part of it.
You know what's interesting is that is not in his top 5 songs here. Or top 5 most popular. Assuming that I'm looking at the correct Ray Stevens. But we've got number 1 with a bullet, the Mississippi Squirrel Revival. Then The Streak, 1974. Then Misty. Then Everything is Beautiful. Then I'm My Own Grandpa, which is a song I have heard.
Oh.
All right, you ready for this album cover? Have you seen it already?
No. Oh, I did see
There
that.
he
Yes.
is.
We the people.
It's him photoshopped into Revolutionary War garb.
Classic.
With an American flag behind him. I'm going to play as much of this as we can take, okay?
All right.
Hopefully it'll come through on my microphone.
Now, I'd just like to say a few words about taxes.
I was on point.
You were.
On account of that's just one more deduction I can take. But you know, the mailman brought my W-2 this morning. Yeah, and this year they're taking a third of all I make. I'm just as patriotic as the next man. And you know I love that red, white, and blue. So I'm going to help to pay this rising cost of freedom. But I'll be danged if I'm going to change my point of view. Because if the time the Democrats run out of money, I'll be substitute the working man. I don't think it's one bit funny how they take so much of my money and do things with it I don't understand.
Taking a while to get to the line.
Oh, it's the end of the song, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's not like a chorus or anything. It's just the last fucking stanza. Oh. There it was. Never mind.
That was it right there.
Well, that
hey,
sucks.
Evan, as a musician, how much did that upset you?
I mean, what can you do?
I think we need to get into country music because it seems like it must be pretty easy. Maybe not country music. Maybe that's not fair. But whatever that was,
yeah,
I think we can do that.
Might as well. It's 83
You with all your
old.
musical talent and me riding your coattails. I think we could both do that.
Now here's okay. We got to stop talking about Ray Stevens, but I just looked him up on Wikipedia. His name's Ray Stevens. His birth name, Harold Ray Ragsdale. That is such a better
Oh my God,
That's
keep
a better
that.
name.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Idiot.
Ray.
Yeah.
Harold Ray
Ray.
Ragsdale. I'd listen to that all goddamn day.
I thought his name was gonna be like Stevie Ray is what his
Stevie
birth
Ray
name was,
Vaughan.
and so he flipped it.
His name was Dirt Fuck. I get why he changed it. Okay, we gotta wrap things up. We're going long.
We gotta get out of
We
here.
gotta get out of here.
Well, after last week's Short King, that
Yeah.
was a regular sized
had,
episode.
We got a regular sized Baron. You're listening to How Do We Human. It's the podcast you like. We hope. And if you do, hey, go listen to it some more. We've got 171 other episodes, and they're everywhere. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to it on Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, Pocket Cast. Get out there. Get out the vote. Give us a rating. We love to be rated. Leave us a review.
Yeah.
You can do all sorts of fun things on this app that help us out, and tell all your friends. Tell your friends this shit's funny, if it is, and tell people about Ray Stevens. It's time for the Ray-vival.
No.
No,
No.
Ray-vival.
Keep yeah. Now I'm on board.
Okay. You can also find us on social media. We got that old Instagram at How Do We Human.
We got that handle. I almost did the Twitter one. That was scary.
That was close. You can find us on Twitter at How Do We Human Pod.
Oh, we tweet those tweets.
You can find us on Facebook at How Do We Human.
Gotta get that handle.
And you can leave us an email at howdowehumanpod@gmail.com.
The best part of that handle is that it's an email.
Bing.
Suck it, Ray Stevens. Boing.
Deal with it. Chris,
Yeah.
what you got going on?
This is something that I've thought about for a long time, and just the last 2 times I've gone to the theater, I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, and I saw Nope, and both times I was like, it's time for the movie theater to die. So I am coming up with a streaming service in which you pay for any movie that's releasing, whether it's in theaters or it's on a streaming platform. It all goes to one singular platform, and you can pay the monthly fee and then be able to watch anything that releases then. And then when the theatrical quote unquote window has expired, it will leave the service and go to wherever its permanent home would be.
Yeah.
But this is just a home theater streaming service to keep the magic of the movies and get rid of other people.
I might be down for that.
People spilling drinks all over the place, talking during the movie, on their phones, lighting up the dark theater with their bright screens.
It's weird.
It's time for the movie theater to die.
Not that we need this to go longer, but it really does make me question, like, because all this shit happened before, and it was annoying, but it didn't annoy me to the degree it does now. And I think it's a pandemic thing that I just got used to seeing new movies at home on streaming. And you go out and watch a movie, and it's like, who are all these fuckers?
Exactly.
It's a mess. It's a problem. I like your solution.
Evan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it would probably have to be this is like a legitimate business thing that I would like to do if I had any sort of capability.
Yeah.
It would probably have to be a steep monthly fee, but hey, you can watch all the movies from the comfort of your home.
for fun
is what I was gonna say.
Yay, expensive fun.
Expensive, but the best kind.
Ah, yes.
Evan.
Hmm.
And by the way, for all of you who are concerned, like, how am I gonna get to see the minute-long Nicole Kidman walks around AMC advertisement before the movie plays? Hey, we can.
It's all
I'm
there.
sure we can work out a deal where that plays there too.
Yeah. Who are
Because
you?
the thing that I
Kidman?
want more than anything after half an hour of trailers is to see a trailer for the place I already am. Evan, what do you got going on?
Well, I've had another turn the dirt to mud situation.
Great, I love
But I've
these.
realized my notebook I wrote it in is in the other room. I might run and grab that because I need evidence.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, please do. I'm gonna be eating Sour Patch Kids closely into the microphone while he does this. I'm almost positive that this will get cut out, but just for fun, I'm gonna do it.
Boop. So, great. Glad you're having fun. Okay, so I had an idea in the middle of the night, as happens. Now, again, I don't ever write sketches anymore, but sometimes I have an idea and I'm like, hey,
Right.
that would be funny. And it doesn't, I mean, it takes me a while to write a good sketch, but it doesn't take me very long to write a sketch. So I always kind of have that in my head, like, maybe I will. That's funny. I could write a sketch in like 15, 20 minutes. It might suck, but there it is. And I did it. So I liked this idea. And I wrote down with the lights off. The lights were off. And I just picked up the pen and the notebook and wrote all this down. And enough of it makes sense that I remember what the sketch was. I remember the absolute context of it. It was basically, we were talking about YouTube thumbnails. And I don't know why that popped into my head recently, but just doing like a sketch with, there's a specific person I'm talking about. I'm not going to say that person's name, but a very serious person that has an air of eloquence about them. You know, that's their whole thing. What they're doing videos for YouTube, and they got someone that's trying to get them to do goofy faces for thumbnails, room for comedy, etc. So all of this stuff down here is just explaining that in broad, stupid things. Social media expert instructs person how to pose for YouTube thumbnails. But the first line I wrote, and I clearly remember this was what was funny about it. This line is the kicker. That's like, oh, now it's a funny sketch.
Okay.
Goat got hot. I can't connect that to the idea of the sketch, no matter how hard I try. I clearly remember this was the funny part. Goat got hot. And it's funny. Seems like it would on its own. It's a funny thing to say.
That seems like it's. That seems like it's that's the YouTube video that like you got to make the crazy face for. Like, goat got hot. Yeah,
I can't place it.
I like it,
but it's a funny phrase on its own. So what
should
I'm
we do an
trying to
episode
say,
on goats?
I've still got it. Goat got hot. That's all I got. You write the sketch, you know?
You know how I think it ends? With an, okay, bye.